Welcome everyone to the Graphisoft Community Workflow webinar series, and this is episode number 10. I'm your host, Nathan Hildebrandt, for those of you who have not attended one of our events before. Now, today we have Agnes from Bimdots, and she's based in Budapest. Now, I got to meet Aggie about 6 months ago, and it was exciting to meet her because there was a post in one of the Discord channels with relation to one of the add-ons that she'd made in Bimdots. And as soon as I saw that, I immediately reached out to her and said, "Oh, I need to share what you're doing with the broader community." And I'm very grateful to have her here today to not only share with you the add-ons that Bimdots create, but also talk about the kind of availability that you have within the Graphisoft API and some of the, I guess, the exciting add-ons that not only Bimdots create, but other, third-party independent developers across the globe are building that are essentially enhance the out-of-the-box Archicad experience. So I'm really looking forward to her sharing with you these exciting tools that are available that everyone can get access to around the world. Now, throughout this presentation, if you have any questions, please put them into the chat. And at the end of Aggie's presentation, I will ask your questions to her on your behalf. Now, today, Aggie will also want some interaction with you, and there'll be 2 times throughout our presentation where she will ask you to put some comments into the chat. So when she asks you to do that, please do so. It will help her to, I guess, put forward a presentation that responds to the comments and questions from the audience. So please interact at those 2 points as well. Now, please also note that if you have an AI bot that you have that automatically joins your meetings when you're joining your Teams meetings, please note, just for the purposes of, I guess, some privacy, the team will be removing those bots from this webinar today. Now, the exciting part, I get to hand you over to Aggie, and she can share with you some of the Bimdots stuff and also the exciting things you can do with the Archicad API. Take it away, Aggie.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks, Nathan, for the warm introduction, and a big thank you to the entire Graphisoft team for inviting me here today. So welcome, everyone. Let me share my screen. And do you see my screen? That's my first question, my favorite question.
Yes.
All right, then, then I think we can start. So let's jump into it. This is our agenda for today. I'm going to shortly explain why there is a need to extend a software's capabilities. Then I will walk you through different approaches and technologies to achieve this. And finally, we will explore inspiring real-world examples to showcase the possibilities of these methods. So shortly about me, I'm Agnes Gaschitz, founder of Bimdots and also a product designer for the AEC industry. I have a background in architecture and also in lean process development. I started to work as a product designer almost 7 years ago at Graphisoft and participated in amazing projects like the Archicad Grasshopper connection, which is actually an add-on. Also, the JSON Python API and the tool called Paramo. Later on, I moved to other AEC tools like Speckle and Beyond Visual. And also my work is my hobby. I really love this industry and I really love to design tools for architects. And I also, in my free time, I also co-organize a meetup group called Digital Architecture to support the Hungarian architect community with free events on interesting technology and innovations. Now let's get to the exciting part, creating custom solutions. But first, why are custom solutions even necessary, you may ask? So let's do a quick experiment to understand. And for that, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes and imagine your favorite pizza. So dig deep in details such as the type of the pizza dough, the sauce and toppings. And if you are ready, please write your favorite pizza in the comment section because I'm super curious. And you might prefer pizza with a classic crispy crust or a fluffier dough. You want to pick a different kind of sauce like marinara, pesto, or maybe something more adventurous like a barbecue sauce or even Nutella sauce. Maybe you are super hungry and want to eat the biggest pizza ever, or maybe just need the taste. So you pick one or two slices. And don't forget the toppings. So maybe you are a meat lover, so you pick chicken with bacon and sausages, or maybe you are a vegan person, picking dairy-free cheese and, I don't know, gluten-free cauliflower crust. So please write your comments here. I also will do that. My favorite one is quattro formaggi with the classic Italian style pizza dough, Italian Portuguese pizza. I have the same. My daughter loves the pepperoni pizza. I also really enjoy an American style, you know, the fluffy one. So please write your comments in this section. I give you some time. All right, we already have 4. Like special with corn or jalapenos, but with added extra bacon. Ah, that's nice. Okay. So it's clear that there is actually no a perfect pizza for all. We all have a different taste. We all have a different cultural background, different available ingredients. Also, it depends on your level of hungriness, what you can order, and so on and so forth. So is there an ultimate perfect pizza for all? Actually, there is no an ultimate perfect pizza for all. And this is exactly the same with your architecture design software as well. So let me show you some Archicad user groups on social media. So this one is a LinkedIn user group with almost 90,000 Archicad users. This one is one of the many user groups on Facebook with more than 50,000 Archicad users. And the latest news from the community forum is that there are more than 100,000 users there. And that is a significant number of users. And that means that many users, many needs, and just like with pizza, we have different favorite things in our software as well. We see it in different teams, in different offices, with different team compositions and disciplines. There are also a wide variety of projects, from a tiny little one like designing a furniture to, I don't know, designing a huge skyscraper, or even doing urban planning and designing the whole city. And also there are local regulations, design trends, way of thinking, workflows, and so on and so forth. And just like with the pizza, what do you think? Is it possible to do and develop a one-size-fits-all solution, which is perfect for every person in every project? No, unfortunately, that is absolutely impossible. So what can we do? We can be obviously angry, and that is a valid feeling. We can just quit and move into the middle of a forest and don't give a damn on architecture again, ever. You can enter your Zen mode, breathe in, breathe out, and try to accept your design tool as it is. Maybe even try to love it. And those are all valid choices, guys. But there is also another way, and let me quote here Ryan Holiday from his actually amazing book, The Obstacle is the Way. And this book is inspired and rooted in the practical philosophy of Stoicism, and says there is always a way for overcoming the obstacles life throws at us. So if we choose this path and we want to overcome of those obstacles, mainly that our design tool is not perfect for a workflow or it's not perfect for a project, what can we do? Fortunately, Graphisoft provides different great solutions for us to modify the tool a little bit here and there. The first one is creating tailored GDL objects using GDL scripting, Paramo, or even the library part maker. We can use the lightweight JSON Python API mainly for automation. And also we can create custom add-ons with the C++ API. And don't you worry, we will break down these acronyms like GDL and API in a moment. So first things first, what is GDL? GDL means Geometric Description Language, and it's essentially a programming language based on BASIC that empowers architects like you to create custom geometric objects within Archicad, which is totally awesome, and extending your design and presentation capabilities. And before move on into more details, I want to ask you guys if you know that how many of the main Archicad tools are fully GDL-based elements. Please write your comment, write your guess in the comment section. I'm pretty curious if you know it or not. Is it one tool or two? What do you think? Come on, guys. 3, nearly all. It's the boss. I'd say 8. From Bernd Schwarzenbacher. Hello, Bernd. All right, let me reveal. It's exactly 8. So the fully GDL-based elements are door, window, skylight, object, lamp, active corner window, and wand. Yeah, Bernd, you won. Congratulations. And can you guess that how many of these elements are not fully GDL-based elements, but GDL-powered elements? Yes, we are the winner. So how many of those elements are GDL-powered elements? 3, a bit higher number. The rest of 3D elements, 5. All right, it's actually 11, which is quite a lot. We almost had another winner as well. Congrats, guys. So as you can see, there are many tools within Archicad using the power of GDL, and that is quite fascinating. That if you want, then you can write your own tool. And how to do that? Before showing how to do that, I want to show some capabilities of GDL. The first one, the most important one, is you can write your code directly in Archicad, so no external tool needed. The second one is objects are compatible with multiple Archicad versions, which is awesome. It can be associated with an element like a label or a marker. It is also possible to create separate 2D and 3D representations. It can respond to scale and other view settings and can have a fully customized user interface, among many other capabilities as well. So to delve deeper into GDL and explore its vast potential, I recommend visiting the official Graphisoft GDS Center. Here you can find, among many resources, some awesome tutorials, tips and tricks, and most importantly, the huge and detailed GDL guide with many scripts, so you can start your GDL coding career in just a minute. It's super helpful with many information. So how can you create your own GDL element? Obviously, you can use the GDL editor. And in this example, I just opened the editor and started to create a new element all by myself. It won't be a super complex GDL object. I just wanted to demonstrate that it's relatively easy to start something new. And here I just created, let's say, a very simple kind of stair tool. Obviously, you can add some properties, attributes as well. So not just the shape of the element, but everything behind that as well. It's possible to add. Just think about the door or window. That is the highest complexity where you can go with the GDL object. All right, but what if you really don't want to write code? You can use Paramo, which is actually a visual scripting tool within Archicad. It's pretty similar to Grasshopper inside Rhino. If you are familiar with that tool, then you can easily use Paramo as well. So basically, you just place different kind of nodes here, and every node has its own purpose. So if you place a block node, then it will create a block for you. And in the background, when you connect two nodes, then an actual GDL script is written behind the curtains. So you don't have to write the script. The tool will do that for you. So I really try to create the same object that I have created before in the GDL editor using the Paramo tool. In my opinion, it's really powerful. It's easier to understand. Maybe it's easier to start with this, and you can create super awesome tools as well. And the last option is using the library part maker, which is actually an add-on as well. And with this, you don't have to write a code, you don't have to use visual scripting as well. It's a bit limited, but also there is an option to create your model using all these slabs and walls. But on the other hand, it's super powerful as well, because with some clicks here and there, you can create doors, windows, which is, in my opinion, pretty awesome. So check it on the Graphisoft website, download the add-on, and try it yourself. Shortly, you're going to see that my door object is created, and I will place it in a wall as a full door element. As you can see, it's not that sophisticated, but that's the door already, so it's awesome. So now let's move on to the next chapter, which is the API. API means Application Programming Interface, and understanding APIs can be a bit abstract. So to make it clear, let's use a fun analogy. Imagine you are at a nice and crowded restaurant and you are hungry and want to order something. Now, open up the menu and see all the different available options. Maybe you already have something in your mind, or you just discovered selection, and then you pick what you need. And then tell the friendly waiter what you want to order. Then the waiter goes directly into the kitchen. The kitchen itself is the closed area, so you have no idea what's going on there. There is only some sort of hope that you will get what you order and not something else. So basically, it's a black hole for you where the magic happens. When your order is ready, the waiter takes your food and leaves the kitchen, then goes back to you. At the end, you get your order, hopefully what you wanted. Now let's bridge the gap between this metaphor with the reality. So the guest and the menu at the restaurant represent the user, you, and the available comments. So a comment can be create a morph or move an element or give me an attribute and so on and so forth. So just like choosing food from the menu, you can pick comments and tell the software what you want. The API acts as the waiter, facilitating the communication between you and the software, aka the kitchen, which is a closed area for you. You don't know what's going on inside the software. That is a black hole. So the kitchen is the software, and it will process your comments. And at the end, when the cook is ready, it will bring back the order to the waiter, to the API. And again, the API will go back to you with your order, and everyone is happy. So I hope this metaphor help a little bit to understand what is an API, what is the role of the API, and how can you use it. Graphisoft offers various APIs for different purposes. If you want to have more information, I highly recommend to go to the archicadapi.graphisoft.com, where you can find all of the information about the Bmax API, about the Bim Cloud API, and about the Archicad APIs, because there are two actually. One is a lightweight JSON/Python API, and the other one, the most mature one, is the C++ API. And in this short video, you can see the reference guide for the C++ API with all the comments. And as you can see, there are many comments here that you can use if you need to tailor your workflow. So just in a nutshell, some of the API capabilities. You can register new menu items. You can import, export different kind of file types. You can communicate with other software, which is awesome. You can create custom user interface. Also accessor properties and quantities, which is great if you want to work with data. You can implement rendering engines. You can extend existing dialogues with a new section, for example. It is possible to create, modify elements, GDL objects as well. It is possible to automate documentation and also build live connection between software like the Archicad and Grasshopper live connection. And now the most exciting part, real-world examples. So let's start with some amazing GDL objects. And maybe you are already familiar with ArchiRadar, and Among many things, they produce some cool GDL objects like low poly and high quality trees and plants, facade elements and railings, so on and so forth. They also have many free GDL objects as well. One of my favorites is the beam cladding object for Archicad with customizable details and textures and panels and everything. This is a pretty complex tool, and you can create many, many different shapes and forms using only one object. It looks pretty awesome. The other favorite one is the solar path object. This is actually free, and you can use it in some studies to help you demonstrate what's going on. This video is from, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Jaime Ingram, where he uses this object to show the movement of the sun. It's pretty handy and it's absolutely free. Now let's move on to the next example from Enzyme, which is an awesome architecture firm. And despite their mind-blowing projects and their awesome Grasshopper and automation-based workflow, they also produce some pretty neat GDL objects, like the energy pack label, and this custom label reads physical properties of composites components and calculates energy properties like global warming potential, thermal transcriptance, and embodied carbon. And all those displayed as bar charts, allowing easy value comparison between each component. The next example is again from Enzyme. This is a dynamic panel, which is a generic panel actually, and it enables the translation of complex geometry from Rhino Grasshopper into Archicad as a fully parametric GDL object. And the main features of the object are, among many, is the ability to dynamically create panels, the ability to bring colors into Archicad from Grasshopper, detailed parametric settings, model view options, and so on and so forth. And of course, you can use this object for many things like facade design, ties, and also interior claddings and custom curtain wall layouts. Sorry. All right, so those were my GDL examples, but of course there are many on the web. Just browse it, and if you don't want to write or create your own GDL object, then I'm pretty sure that you can find something similar. I want to move on to the next chapter, which is using the JSON Python API from Graphisoft. And using that, it can be sometimes a little bit limited, but also Graphisoft provides an option to register new comments. And what does that mean? So the official Python API has, I don't know how many available comments, and maybe you need something more specific, something new into your workflow. But using, for example, the Taper add-on and the whole ecosystem of Taper, you can register new Python comments. And later on, after the registration, you can use it in your own Python script. So this image is representing this whole idea here. And if you need more information on this topic, feel free to go back to the previous presentation on the community forum presented by Jorge, because he shares many information this whole project. But in a nutshell, the taper has a standalone Archicad add-on, mainly for registering new commands if you want. They have a standalone Python library with new commands already in it. And the most fun part is they also have a Grasshopper plugin. And that means if you don't want to write your Python script, you can use the Grasshopper nodes instead of that. And you can create your own workflow in Grasshopper using the new taper commands. And the cherry on top of everything is that this is an open source project. So you can join it on GitHub and also in Discord, and you can give some new ideas or your wishes to register a new command that you need. So let me show you a small example here. I placed some rooms with some zones in it, and as you can see, the zone numbering is a mess. So if I want to recalculate zone numbering, I can use the new taper comments, and also I'm going to use the Grasshopper nodes and not writing a Python script because I really don't know how to do that. So I connected some nodes in Grasshopper, and then I'm ready. I just push the compute button, and as you can see, all of the zone numberings now are in order, which is pretty awesome. And if I add new zones, they have again a bad zone numbering. But when I'm ready with my Grasshopper script, I only have to just, push the compute button again and again to get everything in order, which is super handy. So you don't have to do it manually all the time. All right. This was about the JSON Python API, and now I want to move to my personal favorite one, to the C++ API, and some examples from that field. The first one is from the company called Bim4Bim, and they mainly produce add-ons for BIM managers. They have a super nice website, and one of their add-ons is defined operators. And with this tool, you can find solid element operators in your models, such as subtraction, intersection, and addition. And this is quite handy because without using this add-on, it's really hard to find those operations, to be honest, and they can slow your project really badly. Their other tool is the audit tool, and using that, you will have a surface within Archicad. Using that, you can send all of your project data to the Bim4Bim cloud, where you're gonna get a BIM audit actually in minutes. Let me show you that one as well. So this is the user interface for the Bim4Bim audit tool, and as you can see, I've already sent my project 2 times into the cloud to check the audit score. So you will get some suggestions what to improve in your file. You can add notes. It's a great workflow improvement. You can get an audit in minutes. So I believe this is a great tool for BIM managers. The next example is from an architecture office idea based in the Philippines. They're creative and clever solutions, and they're perfectly optimized workflows, and their own development team makes them a role model for many. And I was so lucky to visit them a few years ago, and it was a really, really nice experience for me to learn them many things. And their development team creates many add-ons for the company. For example, this is the auto contract documentation, where the users can automatically generate views from the model and lay it out systematically to documentation in no time. So it's like, I don't know, hours and hours of work done by a robot in, I don't know, 30 minutes, which is pretty great. And as you can see, they design skyscrapers, they design big buildings all the time, and they need automations like this. So that's why the company has their own development team. I think there are 3 or 4 developers actually working on different kind of add-ons just to support their workflows day by day, and it's pretty fascinating. The other example from them is the auto specifications, which capture data from a BIM model and generate a complete documentation and specifications into their own document manager cloud software. You're gonna see in a minute. So now the data is in their cloud tool, and now you can open it, you can print it out as a PDF or in any format that you wish, actually. So it's like many manual work done in minutes, and you can just, after modify anything in your project, you can just push that button again and you are ready to go. So this is super awesome, and it's done by an add-on. The next example is by Bimdots, called Dandelion, which is a cloud-based modeler for BIM apps. And Dandelion is actually an add-on plus a point cloud viewer. So when you open up the viewer, then the tool actually recognize, based on the point density, it can recognize the slabs and the walls for you and automatically, and then you can send those elements into Archicad again automatically. So you don't have to do it manually, and it's pretty easy to use. I tested out before. It's a super handy tool if you work with point cloud models many times. I highly recommend to check this product. It's mind-blowing in my opinion, and also pretty complex and pretty major. It's a great tool. All right, and now I really didn't want to focus on our products, but I just have to show some of them. So this is our layer palette developed by Bimdots. And maybe you are familiar with it. Maybe this is new for you. This is a palette that you don't have to close, open again, close, open again, and you can manipulate the visibility of the layers. You can hide and show them again. There are many different options here that you can do with the layers, and I believe this is a quite powerful tool in an everyday workflow. The property palette is based on the same idea, so you don't have to open up the element settings. You just open up the property palette. And when you click on an element, even when you select 2 different kind of elements, like in this example, a slab and a wall, and you change a property, then it will override the property for both of the elements. So you don't need to open up separately the settings for the slabs and for the walls. It's quite useful. But go to our website and explore more on this tool as well. The next one is one of my personal favorites, and this is fully free. You can go and get it. This is the quick camera tool, and the idea came from one of my modeling sessions where I was on the 3D plan, and I wanted to find a room in. I was in a 2D plan, and I wanted to find a room in 3D, and that was super hard to do. And using this tool, you just click on the floor plan, and then the quick camera tool will get you there in the 3D model. So this is absolutely free. Go and get it. Super useful. And now let me share a new add-on with you. This is the property highlighter add-on, and actually this is the world premiere of this add-on. Now this is available on our website, and the method here is that you choose a property, then the tool will automatically highlight the elements based on that property. Now in this example, I use the position, and I'm curious about if all of the elements are in the great position. And now I found a bug. This wall should be an exterior wall. And with this tool, it's super easy to find bugs like this. And now it is fixed. So I can move on to the next property, and for that I open up the 3D model and choose another element, the window doors. I like to check if all of my windows and doors are in the great size. And again, what a coincidence! I have found another bug to fix. And I think it's pretty great, pretty straightforward to see everything highlighted with colors and also see the value of the property as well. And now that window is already fixed. And I also recorded a last example using this add-on. Just for fun, the Archicad classification property, just to show that how many different kind of elements do I have in my project. And also there is a pie chart if I want to check the numbers as well. So this was the highlighter tool. I hope you will find it helpful. And I'm gonna end my presentation soon, but before that, I just wanted to share some more resources with you guys. Maybe you are inspired enough and you want to explore more. So the first one is the Graphisoft.com website, where there is a section for add-ons, with add-ons developed by Graphisoft, but with add-ons developed by third-party developers as well. Just go and check them. There are many great tools there. The next one is an independent website called Archicad Plus. They try to collect different kinds of GDL developers and GDL objects, and also third-party developers as well, into one place. It's not like an add-on store, but it looks like a little bit like an add-on store. So everyone is on one page here. And the last one, if you have any questions, I highly recommend going to the community site, the Graphisoft community site, because they have a developer hub section, mainly for developers. But if you are not a developer, you just want to contact someone who can develop something for you, you can go there and ask your question. All right, so let's recap. Today we have explored the need for customization in architecture software. We have delved into power tools like GDL and various APIs and understanding how they work and their potential. And by showcasing real-world examples, we have ignited your imagination, hopefully, and inspired you to push the boundaries of your design and of your workflow. And remember, customization is great, and GDL and the APIs are your friends. So don't be scared. Explore them, and hopefully one day I'm gonna see your add-on somewhere or your special GDL object somewhere. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope you found some great information. Obviously, if you have any question, you can ask, and you can reach out to me later on using my LinkedIn profile. Just drop me a message there if you want. All right, I think that's it. Nathan, the stage is yours. Thank you again.
Aggie, thank you so much for your time today and sharing not only the work that you're doing yourself, but also the work that others in the Graphisoft community are doing to assist Archicad users, I guess, all of those special toppings on top of the base range that Graphisoft provide. For everyone that's attended today, thank you very much for your attendance. One of the things that we need you to do, we're going away for Christmas now. We will be having a few more webinars in the new year. So to make sure that you are aware, I guess, of the future webinars that are coming up, make sure you subscribe to the webinar page on the Graphisoft community, which you'll see through Building Together and the tab on webinars. So you'll be able to catch the events later. Now, everything that Aggie spoke about today, you'll find that would have been overwhelming for you. In the short term, in the next week or so, the Graphisoft team will upload this presentation without the Q&A onto the Graphisoft YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for that. But you can also catch up on previous episodes if you have not seen them yet. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Thank you so much for having me here, and yeah, see you guys later on. Thank you.
Bye, guys.